The NBA is one of the biggest sports leagues in the world, and they watch over a lot of things and a lot of players with a lot of big personalities. As such, they can't just go and let them have free reign on the court. Aside from the standard basketball rules, the NBA has instituted a lot of other rules that you might not have realized were there. So, allow us to show you some of them. Be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Number 7. Ninja-style headbands. Let's start with one that may sound silly at first, but is honestly something the NBA banned. When we say ninja-style headbands, we're talking about headbands that are just stripes of cloth that are tied up by the players themselves. They help give a unique look and make the players feel cool, because they're ninjas now, obviously. But the NBA was not impressed by this, and after some deliberation, they are currently banned. But not for the reasons you're thinking. First off, the headbands were outlawed because the players just put them on and didn't go through the approval process. So that's pretty standard. However, what was also a problem was that unlike regular headbands, they couldn't just go and put them on. They had to be tied on, which meant that regulating length would be hard to impossible. The loose straps in the back could hit someone in the head or eye if whipped the right way. Plus, they could be grabbed and hurt the player wearing it. So, until it gets approved, you won't be seeing these despite many players begging the league to keep them. Number 6. Upside-down headbands. Yeah, really, they did that too. But this one was a very curious case as players like Rajon Rondo and J.R. Smith decided that instead of wearing their NBA-branded headbands the correct way, they're going to wear them upside down, so that the NBA logo and even the Nike logo was turned upside down. This is sad for multiple reasons, not the least of which is, how do you not notice that your headband is upside down? Obviously it was intentional, and the players wanted to send a message of some kind. But in the eyes of the NBA, this was fair game because an upside down logo is very much like an upside down flag, show of disrespect. So thus, players can't wear them like that. Rajon Rondo decided not to wear a headband in protest, but later put it back on and has kept it on since. Number 5. APL sneakers. Believe it or not, there are a lot of rules about shoes that can and can't be worn. And when it came to the APL sneakers, it was a big deal that they were banned. This happened back with the Boston Celtics in the 2010-2011 playoffs. They found out about a new shoe called the APL sneakers, and they wanted to wear them for the playoffs. After checking them out, the NBA banned them outright. Why did they do that? Because unlike regular sneakers, these were ones that had lock and load technology that would allow players to instantly jump higher in their vertical leap. So basically, they were very springy shoes. You can see why the NBA would be against it, especially when the owners and the creators of the shoe noted that they had honestly done tests and allowed to prove that their shoe worked, and that the player would exert less energy when jumping with their shoe. The NBA likely felt that this would be an unfair advantage to any who wore it, and if the whole league wore it, it would cause a surge in play that may not have been deemed fair or fruitful. It's a complicated issue, but needless to say, this ban, and ones like it, aren't going to be lifted anytime soon, which again, you can probably understand. Number 4. Non-approved brand logos. As a business, the NBA has to protect its brand as a whole, which means that they're going to make sure that their partners and sponsors are promoted in the best and most visible ways possible. However, when it comes to non-league approved or sanctioned brands, they'd rather ban them than have to deal with them. It is an NBA rule that you must cover up all logos that do not coincide with the branding rules of the NBA. A great example of this is Lonzo Ball. The son of LeVar Ball is a part of the Big Baller brand and has a tattoo of the brand's logo on his arm. Because of the NBA rule against this, he has to wear tape over his logo in every single game that he is in, else pay a fine. He's not the only player to have this issue, and others have had to do things like not wear band-aids, shave parts of their hair for having logos on them, and more. If it ain't NBA approved, you can't show off that brand. This may seem trite given that some of these logos are on their bodies, like with Lonzo Ball, but again, it's a business move, and the NBA wants to make sure their corporate partners are happy or else the money will stop flowing. Number 3. Designer band-aids. No. We're not joking on this one either. Though in all honesty, this was only made an NBA rule ban because of one player in particular, Dwayne Wade. You see, during his legendary career, he hurt his face and thus covered up the cut with a band-aid. Basic stuff, right? Except he decided that instead of using the basic stuff, he was going to go and do some designs on it. He went and put Flash on one and Wade on one, and one even had the American flag. But the NBA saw this as a branding issue, and as noted in the last entry, and thus decided that you can wear regular Band-Aids or not wear them at all. Number 2, provocative dances. Celebrations in sports is a natural part of the game in some ways, but certain dances, believe it or not, are banned in the NBA. And the one that is known to be the most is the big balls dance, where a player makes a shot and then lowers his hands to his thighs to emphasize that he has a large set of cojones. The NBA found this offensive and thus, it's banned. Number 1, the backboard. When you're watching the game, the last thing you'll pay attention to is the backboard, outside of seeing if someone makes a layup or looking at the shot clock. The NBA has a distinct love of the backboard and they don't want anything to happen to it. So, if you were to somehow break the backboard, which has happened more than you think, you're in trouble. If you do it while making a shot, the shot won't count and you'll get a foul called on you. This is because they want to make sure that no one is hurt during the game of basketball, and a broken backboard can do that. And there you have it, a look at some of the banned items and things that the NBA has banned over the years. Are you surprised by what has been banned? What item or gesture surprised you the most? Let us know in the comments below. Be sure to subscribe and I'll see you next time on the channel.